Hello and welcome back to the Ovilla Christian Eagles game against the Watauga Harvest Saints. The score is 40-0 going into the third quarter. There is a 45 mercy rule, so if they score 5 more points, that will be game. I believe that we are receiving to start, so it gives us the chance to kind of prolong the game, maybe make the comeback of a century. We'll see. So,
and
yeah,
you know, just a little bit about the first half is obviously we're missing 4 starters in both Garcia brothers, Grant Savage and Zach Lopez. But man, this Watauga team has looked good. They're strong, they're powerful, they have a very good offense, big bodies on defense, and they've just kind of overpowered the Eagles, and that's what you expect to see from one of the top teams in the state for 6-man, who went on a run last year. And so Watauga's set to kick off. The ball fell off the tee, so they're going to have to go back and pick that up. But again, Watauga's looked so powerful, I wouldn't be surprised to see this game end in the next minute or so. Not minute. 10 minutes or so. And we are trying to use the hot spot again. It did shut off in the first half. As the kick is up, it's a little high. Going to be received by 82 Josh Brickhouse, who takes it out from the end zone, running downfield. Cuts to his right, runs into his own man, Damian Saltzman. Gets a little bit of room, but is brought down at about his own 20-yard line. You know, normally the return man's number 4, Andreas DeLeon, but I'm sure with the Eagles being down by so much and DeLeon hurting a little bit earlier in the game, they need to see some other people in that position.
This is a good run by Josh Brickhouse. Good hands on the reception. And, you know, just a good run, running through some people, breaking some tackles. So just a good run, getting to the 20-yard line.
So they're going to be spread. Snap goes to Treadway. Got Eamon blocking in the backfield. Throws to 8 Sumro. He was pushed right before the ball got there. I wouldn't.
That should have been pass interference, but apparently the refs did not see it. You know, I guess it is what it is. So I don't know.
So it's going to be 2nd down, and again, they're going to be in spread. Looks like at this point, we'll see if the snap goes directly to Treadway or to 41, Eamon.
And here's the snap.
To Eamon, flips back to Treadway, rolls to his right, looks to throw, goes over to number 4, DeLeon, who just misses it.
You know, Andreas says some of the best hands on the team, but he just wasn't able to just reach out and quite come up with that catch. Would have been about a 1st down or so.
Treadway led him just a little bit too far there.
Just a little bit too much. And so instead is incomplete, and it'll be 3rd and 15.
Looks like the snap may go directly to Treadway with Eamon in the back blocking.
Here's the snap and the throw. Kind of a miscommunication on the routes there between Treadway and Sumro.
You know, but I like to see Treadway being able to throw the ball away, especially when he doesn't have opportunities. Earlier, he tried to thread the needle as he was being hit, and it resulted in an interception. And so it's going to be 4th down, and obviously the Eagles are going to go for it.
I don't think so. We have Andres DeLeon in the backfield.
I apologize.
Looks like he's set to punt. If there was a turnover on downs, this is great field position for the Saints. It would almost be a sure touchdown for them. So, and that was muffled, and Andreas looks to be going for the 1st down. And he gets it. Wow, kind of a botched play there, kind of works out for the best. He gets the 1st down.
And that's a senior captain making something out of nothing. You saw that snap go over Treadway's head. DeLeon picked it up, and he had 2 huge Watauga defenders coming out of him. Just ran over to his left, got a few good blocks. Sumro made a great effort to get in the way of those 2 guys trying to tackle him about a few yards short. And the refs are clearly saying 1st down, as there's 9:14 remaining in the 3rd quarter. And that's great to see the Eagles have another opportunity.
Yes.
Fresh set of downs.
So it'll be 1st and 15 at the 40-yard line. Here's the snap to Truett Treadway. Pitch back to number 82, Brickhouse, who runs over a defender, number 44, and gets about 6 yards on the play.
Good little run by Josh Brickhouse. Bricky snickerdoodle-doo. You know, we're real professional here on OCS TV. It's what we pride ourselves to. Pride ourselves to being really professional guys. No joking around here. So it's going to be 2nd and 9. Eagles are going to line up in tight for the first time in a while. We'll see what they get out of that, as Watauga will pack that line with those big bodies.
Treadway lines up under center, receives the snap, fakes a pass, rolls out to the right, looks deeper, finds Andres De Leon, who comes up with the catch for the first down.
I love that connection between Treadway and De Leon. I'll look forward to seeing that all year long. Andres has got great hands. Treadway's got a little nice soft arm, and by soft I mean he's able to place it right where he
It was almost a roast.
Needs it. No, it's not a roast. Because if you're like too hard, you know what? Never mind.
Yes, I understand.
Softly places the passes in his hands.
Now the Eagles will line up in tight again as they continue to move the chains. It's pitched back to number 82, Joshua Brickey. And he maybe gets 2 yards on the play.
I really like the effort I see from the Eagles coming out of this half. You know, they could have given up and Watauga could have scored right now and ended the game. But I like the way the Eagles are extending the clock, trying to get points on the board, you know. Sometimes getting that little extra 8 points before getting 45 is underlooked. But for the Eagles to do this would be a great way to battle through adversity, you know.
Even if we had a turnover on downs or interception, this would be much better field position to defend rather than the 20-yard line that we were going to punt from earlier. And here's Treadway, lined up under center in tight formation. Hands it off to number 41, Dylan Amon, who gets stopped with about a 3-yard gain. So it'll be 3rd and about 7 to go.
Alec Ramirez subs in. We'll see what the play call is from Coach Greg Hayes. If they want to go tighter spread here, as they need about 7. There's 6:30 remaining on the clock. It is 40 Harvest to 0 Ovilla Christian. They would love to get points on the board, as Treadway is going to line up in tight.
And Treadway receives the snap, hands it off to number 82, Josh Brickhouse, for a dive, and he gets about 2 yards on the play. It'll be 4th and about 6. Eagles. We are, oh shoot. Dang it. Anyways, it is 4th down here. 6 yards to go. See what the Eagles can pull out of their hat. And here's a pitch back to Josh Brickey, who is brought down behind the line of scrimmage, and it'll be turnover on downs.
You know, that was a promising drive from the Eagles there. I would like to see a pass on those last two as we try to run it forward. Again, it is 40 Watauga Harvest to 0 Ovilla Eagles. So if Watauga scores here, it would be the 45 mercy rule in 6-man football. So we'll see if the Eagles have a stop in their blood on this defensive.
As I said earlier, this is much better field position than we could have offered earlier from the 20-yard line.
And it's going to be 2 deep, and this time with Saltzman and Treadway. Summer is going to come up.
Here's the snap to number 7, who pitches it to number 4. He runs it to the left and is brought down by number 13, Brock Stukas. He has about a 11-yard gain on the play.
And again, the score is 40 Watauga Harvest to 0 Ovilla Christian.
We've seen a lot of tackles out of Brock Stukas and Dylan Amon today.
It's good to see those guys coming on to starting position and just getting after it.
Yeah. And here the Watauga lines up in tight. It's our defense adjusts. And number 7 takes the run. He is tripped up at about the 40-yard line, but he gets the first down.
You know, one of the things I've been impressed by Luke Velosis, he always runs downhill. You know, he's not going to be stopped behind the line. He continues to press forward. Reminds me a lot of Grant Savage and Aaron Garcia.
And here's a snap to number 10, pitches it back to number 7 yet again, who flips it to number 11 for an option. And he is brought down by number 87, Alec Ramirez.
You know, that was pretty close to a forward lateral there, as you may have heard some fans yell. Looked like he was pretty darn even with him. It was a cool little play there. That's something I haven't seen personally.
There was no flag called by the officials, though, so it will be 2nd and 1. You can hear my dad there in the crowd.
Let's go, baby.
Quite audibly. And Watauga will line up in tight formation. Wouldn't be surprised to see a run here for the 3rd play in a row. And there's a false start.
Penalty on the play against Harvest.
So that will move them back.
So it's going to push them back.
Using that spot right now.
And we're hoping that with this hotspot working, the internet connection is better.
And here's the snap to number 10, who hands it off to number 44. He's brought down by number 88, Damian
Saltzman.
Saltzman, thank you. But they still get the first down.
And you know, that was an impressive tackle from 88 Saltzman. I think that's one of those things that's overlooked. He saw the giant body of number 82, Brandon Hayes, running right at him, realized he didn't have much of a chance at tackling him upper body, went for his legs and brought him down, and that did, the game would have ended there if he would have gotten by him to score a touchdown.
And number 10 hands it off to number 44 again, who's team tackled, while number 88, Damon Saltzman, and 41, Dylan Amon. And there seems to be some little shoves going on.
Amon's not too happy out there.
That'll be 2nd down and 9 to go.
We'll see if the Eagles got 3 more defensive possession stops in them right here.
Score is 40-0 with 2 minutes and 50 seconds left to go in the 3rd quarter. If Watauga scores here, that will be game due to the 45 mercy rule.
And there's 2:42 remaining in the 3rd quarter, so it's great to see Ovilla extend this game out.
And number 10 looks to pass. And
it's broken up by number 88, Damian Saltzman. That was a great play. You know, a lot of times you see safeties, they aren't able to turn around. And so they're in the correct position to see that ball, to tip it maybe, but a lot of times they don't turn around. And so you see great receivers in the NFL, Odell Beckham Jr. able to go in front of them, catch the ball there. And it was a great play by Saltzman to just turn as he saw the receiver's eyes go towards the ball and get a hand in the middle of that passing lane.
And it is 3rd and 9. As Watauga Harvest snaps the ball, pitches back to number 7, who runs it and pushes through to the 1st down and is just at the goal line.
He's about a yard away from this game being over here, folks. Again, we thank you all for
and there's a timeout called from Ovilla. It's 2 minutes and 7 seconds left to go on the clock. At his 40-0, Harvest has the lead at the 1 yard at the Ovilla 1 yard line. If they punch it into the end zone, it will be game over.
With 2:07 remaining in the 3rd.
You know, stops at the 1 yard line at 1st and goal. They are quite rare in 6-man football, but they are not, they have been seen before. You know, back in my day in football, we had a couple stops at the 1 yard line. So we'll see if this year we can pull one out right here and get a stop. as Watauga Harvest comes out on the field. We'll line up. Have some confusion. They'll line up in tight formation. Number 10 under center snaps the ball, hands it off to 18, who is brought down.
Number 18, Nicholas Munoz.
He is brought down behind the line of scrimmage with about a 1-yard loss.
Made by number 87, Alec Ramirez. Brings up second down and goal.
Watauga is in tight. Hands off to number 4, who takes it into the end zone for a touchdown.
And again, we thank you for tuning in with me and Luke. It's too dark here to see anything, but you know, I figured we could sign off from OCS TV. We thank you for joining the Ovilla Eagles versus the Harvest Saints. And we will see you next week.